Are you giving too much? Is a question I've asked myself for pretty much my entire life. See, I used to just give and give and give and give and not really know when enough was enough, right? I would give to everyone, no matter what, that I could, and just keep giving. Pretty much no matter what I got in return. I would compromise my values, I would compromise my life, I would compromise my plans so that other people would see me in a more favorable way. And that has changed at a point. And I think I'm significantly closer to knowing exactly where that point is for me, and I hope this is useful for you as well. So I think it's very easy to just give and give and give and give, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Where I do think it becomes a problem is when it becomes a problem, right? If you just give forever to everyone, no matter what, you will have no time for yourself, and it's unlikely that you will get a proportionate return back. That being said, if you go the other extreme way and give to no one, I don't think that's helpful either. So there's a concept in game theory that I think is extremely helpful for answering this question, at least for me. They did a test, and they took these agents, like these robots, put them in a game, set them all to different levels of reciprocity, give and take, and saw which ones won, did the best, did the worst. And this has severely helped my decision-making process. So the scale on which they set them is called the giver, taker, matcher scale. Everyone falls on this scale somewhere, right? It's a spectrum, it's not a binary. And so let's say it's out of 10, right? On the ones, the twos, and the threes, you have your takers. Those are people who take, and take, and take, and take, and never give first, almost, if not never, give anything back, and are only in it for themselves. Then in the middle, the 4s through 7s, you have the matchers. Now, the matchers maybe don't give a ton in the beginning, right? They don't start giving a ton. They'll do it every now and then, especially on the higher end. But if you give to them, generally they will give back, right? Maybe the 7s will give 1.5 back. Maybe the 5s or 4s will give 0.75 back for every 1 unit you give them. Now, the 8s through 10s are the givers, and those are people who give first, and they give, and they give. The 8s give. The 9s give a lot, and the 10s just keep giving, no matter what. And what they found in this simulation is that the takers won in the beginning. They got ahead. But the other agents stopped doing deals with them, stopped trading with them, stopped giving to them because they kept not getting anything back, right? The matchers didn't want to touch them. The 8s didn't want to touch them. The 9s didn't want to touch the 1s and maybe even the 2s. The 10s kept giving. And so the simulation continued. The takers fell behind. The matchers stayed fairly middle. But the 10s also fell a little bit behind, right? Because they didn't reserve any time for themselves, and they would willingly take deals that they knew screw themselves over, right? They would take deals at a loss repeatedly. I give more than I take, which isn't a bad thing. Giving more than you take is requisite. That being said, they found that the agents that went the farthest in the simulation were the 8s, the people, the robots that would give to everyone once or twice and see how people responded, see how the other agents responded. If the other agents gave them something back, they'd keep giving because that's a symbiotic relationship. Why not? If the agents didn't keep giving, the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s, why would you keep giving to them? The 8s learned. Now, I think some of us fall in the 10s. I think some of us fall in the 5s. And probably some of us fall in the 1s and 2s. And that's okay. It's okay to fall in any of these boxes. That being said, I think it is most advantageous to become an 8. I used to be kind of a 3, and then I shot up to a 10. And now I think I'm somewhere around a 7 or an 8. Maybe a 9. Probably a 9. I think I give a little too much still. And so how I've used this to inform my decision-making of when I should stop giving, when I'm giving too much, is I do like to give to everyone. I think it is worth it to give to everyone once, right? Otherwise, you're never going to find the 10s. You're never going to find the other 8s. You're never going to find that person that when you give to them, you get a huge outsized return and you both have an incredibly symbiotic relationship. But if someone doesn't give you anything back, right? Say you keep buying lunch for someone, or you keep giving someone the benefit of the doubt, or you keep inviting someone to things and they never pay you back, they keep subverting expectations, going below, and they keep ruining the social events that you invite them to, I think it is worth it to learn that that person is not giving you back and stop giving to them. That's at least what I've implemented, and it's worked very well. Is it transactional? Yes. All of our relationships are transactional, in my opinion. Right? It's like even unconditional love, right, between a mother and a child. There is a point. It's maybe very, 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 very hard to break that love, right, to break that relationship, but there is a point. And so I believe the answer to the question, are you giving too much? At least what has helped me is asking yourself the following questions. A, did you give it all? If no, probably give. You're not giving too much. If yes, okay. Then answer question 2. Question 2 is, are you getting anything back? Like, did you only give once and was it small? If yes, then I don't think it's worth cutting it off there. It's worth trying again, right? Things don't come back immediately. And here's the other thing. You have to give without expectation of return. If you're giving expecting something back, that's taker behavior. And that's not actually giving. Like, you give to everyone with no expectation of return. That's how you find the 10s. So if you're not getting something back, I think it's worth evaluating what you gave, if it was worth it, if they cared, if it had any value to them at all, and the amount of time that has passed since, the amount of times you've seen them, have they even had an opportunity to? I think it's worth giving people the benefit of the doubt a few times. Once, twice, maybe 3 times, 3 times, I don't know. And that brings us to the third question. When is it the right time to stop giving if you're not giving anything back? And I think the answer is when it is clear you are not going to. And this is the tough part, because how is it clear, right? I think our emotions get in the way. I think we just want to keep giving because we want X person to like us. At least I know I do. That's how I roll. And I think it's a bit maladaptive. But I think it is safe to say it will not be 1-to-1, right? Maybe you give 3, and if they haven't had an opportunity, wait until they have the opportunity, right? Because if they literally can't give back, then I think this is foolish. But, you know, if you have been giving to someone and you have been making efforts to build a relationship, because that's what this is, and they have had many opportunities to get you back, to do something for you, to build the relationship as well, because that's what it is, and they don't take it, then I think it is safe to say, this person is not giving me anything back. This relationship is costing me more than it's getting me, and it's not worth my time. And yes, that's transactional, but that's okay because we all have limited time, and I think it is absolutely worth it to respect yours, because that's what respecting your time is. It's saying no to things that don't benefit you from it, from giving it. And that takes us to question, more like a step. Step 4, right? If you are confident, you are giving a lot, and they've had many opportunities to give you something back, and they're taking none of it, and you have no signs of any worthwhile return for your time, because that's what it is. This is ROI. How do we get out of this? How do we handle this? Now, in the past, I have done a very poor job, and I have done hard cutoffs with incredibly ruthless and honestly mean and entitled break-offs, I guess. And I don't think that's the answer. that has not strengthened my reputation. What has strengthened my reputation towards what I want it to be has been approaching it with communication, right? So if you're giving something to someone repeatedly and you feel like this relationship is not beneficial to you, or at least as beneficial as you want it to be, I think it's worth saying, right? It's like employment. It's like a business partnership. Say, this job isn't working for me. These are the things that would make it work for me. Can we meet those demands? Like, can we meet my needs? If yes, great. Let's prove it. If no, that's fine too. We don't have to work together. I think friendships are the same way. It's like, I feel like I'm giving a lot in this relationship, and that's okay. I like giving a lot. I want relationships that I contribute a lot to. The problem is I don't feel like I'm getting adequate returns back. If the person is worth your time, they probably just don't know. Like, it totally could have just not occurred to them. One of my closest friends, I mentioned to him one time, because he was staying at my house when I was living with a few other people, and I'm like, hey, these guys let you stay here for free, like, you should take everyone out to dinner. That would be a really good way to give back to them. And he's like, I appreciate you telling me that so much. Like, I literally don't even think of it. Like, it doesn't even occur to me, but it's something I want to do. Like, that's the relationship I want to build. That's the reputation I want to have, right? And so, you, like, give people the chance. Like, tell them, you know, because he is a great dude. Like, genuinely a great dude, and he didn't realize, you know? And so, communication is helpful. Like, absolutely give people that chance. That being said, if I said that and he was like, no, like no, I'm not going to do that, then it's like, all right, well, you're kind of a piece of shit. Like, you don't have to say that, right? You can say, okay, well, then this relationship is not working for me, and that's okay. We're just not a match. But I would say approaching it, at least for me, when I need to end that relationship because it's not, I'm going to use the word profitable. Beneficial. When it's not symbiotic enough for me, right? And I feel like I am giving significantly more than I'm getting. Saying it and addressing the problem, the sooner you can address the problem, that you realize it's a problem, has been incredibly helpful and has pretty much solved the issue every single time, because either they don't know and then it's fixed. Well, you give them a chance, right? You're like, all right, well, you didn't know, that's okay, then prove it. And if they prove it, then great. And if they say they didn't know and then nothing changes, well, then you have your answer. And if they're like, oh, I'm not willing to give that much, after you bring it up, then it's like, great, that's fine. There are plenty of people for both of us, and we don't need each other, and that's okay. So are you giving too much? That's at least how I answer that question. And it's okay to end relationships. I would just do it in a way that doesn't harm your reputation. People are going to be mad no matter what, but you know, if you know you acted virtuously, you got nothing to worry about. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.